Hey everybody, it's Cousin Shannon from Iowa. I'm getting ready to make a pasta dish that everybody likes, so I thought I'd bring you along. So let's get cooking. Alright, here we go. I've got some onion and some poblano peppers that I have diced. I'm adding it to a pan that I've put in some olive oil. I'm just going to cook this down just a little bit so the onions turn translucent. I've got a pot of water with a bunch of salt in it. It started to boil here. When it comes to a boil, we're going to put some linguine noodles in there. And in the oven, I have sliced up some Roma tomatoes, and they are baking at 375. Sorry about that. One of my friends from church came by to pick up some zucchini, so I had to turn the heat down and walk away for a minute. So we've got the peppers and onions going, and to that I'm going to add some garlic. Probably 3 or 4 cloves worth because we love garlic. And you're just going to cook this now until you kind of smell the garlic coming up off the pan. Garlic burns really easy, so you don't want to put it in there right away. Alright. So we've got that going. Into this, I'm going to add, it's usually a pound, but I've got more people today eating, so I got 1.5 pounds of just Italian sausage. I'm going to try that again. To this, I'm going to add just a little touch of some salt now, and then I'll salt some at the end because you don't want to over salt it. You want to taste it before you add more. Some Italian seasoning, and of course some black pepper. It's not coming out quite as much as I want, and we like black pepper. So I'm going to let this sausage brown, and then we'll come back and work on the rest. All right, we've got this all browned up and all the vegetables are looking good. So I am going to grab the tomatoes out of the oven. These have been in there since I've been cooking at 375. I'm just about ready to put the pasta in. I got a late start on the pasta water, so I'm going to turn the front burner down a little bit here so this doesn't burn. Then my pasta water has started boiling, so I'm going to add about 1.5 pounds. Because we got 1.5 pounds meat, I'm going to add 1.5 pounds of linguine. And while that's cooking, we'll finish up the meat part. This is not a real saucy pasta dish. This is more of a creamy dish. So if you take a wooden spoon and put it on top of a pasta pan, it should not boil over for you. I've tried it, I've heard about it, I tried it a couple of times, it seems to work pretty well. So to this, I am going to add some tomato paste. I'm going to add about a half of, so 4 ounces of cream cheese. Start melting that cream cheese down into the pasta or the meat sauce. And then to this, I'm going to add like a little bit, maybe a half a cup of pasta water in there. We use pasta water because it's got some starch in there already, so it helps it be creamy and thicken up. Maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna let this pasta get to al dente, and as soon as it's there, I'll show you what we're gonna do in the next step. Okay, I'm getting ready to drain the pasta. And then stir the meat mixture into the pasta. I did add another maybe quarter a cup of water into that. I tasted the meat to see if I needed to add any more salt, and it was plenty salty from the sausage and the tomato paste. So I didn't need to add any more salt. And I also salted the pasta water really well when I was making the pasta. And we're gonna give this here a try. Oh my goodness, that is so good. You need to try this recipe. It is really delicious.